Make sure you tune into Dominion TV every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Download the app. You can get it on Roku and Apple, and get ready for an awesome kingdom time. We're empowering young women and women to be the best that God has purposed them to be. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Evolve with Shauna Marie talk show. How y'all doing? Listen, we have an awesome segment for you tonight. Y'all know we are continuing during this month because it's September, it's the 9th month, it's birthing season. Listen, we are jumping. We are just using our power. We are taking those leaps of faith, and we are bringing you guests who have jumped just like you want to jump, or how you've already jumped but just need a little bit of help. We got you. Let me do my Shauna shout outs to our sponsor for the Evolve with Shauna Marie talk show, Linda Burgess from Lincoln Heritage. Thank you so much. We are so grateful for you. Whoop, whoop. Listen, we're going to hop right into the show. I have an amazing guest, a wonderful and mighty woman of God, and she is a author, amazing woman, Miss Brandy Hunt.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
So excited to have you.
Thank you.
You are doing so many amazing things in God, and I'm just proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. To God be the glory. It's all God, none of me.
It isn't it?
Well, only the obedience.
Right.
But that was only after I got, hit over the head a couple of times.
Pow, that whooping.
Yeah.
Had to eat that humble sandwich a couple times.
Oh, absolutely.
Done it. I've done it. We've done it. So listen, you're an author. You have your own publishing company. Listen, I saw something amazing on Facebook, On the Right Track. Tell us about that.
Well, I spent my life so much on the wrong track that I think God blessed me with a business called On the Right Track, so that we can continue to remember to stay on track. But it's, of course, pun intended, WRITE, On the Right Track. And I help authors do such. Stay on the right track, because I'll hear, I started writing, but I fell off. Can you help me get back on track? So that is subsequently the name of the company, On the Right Track, so that we can get these books birthed out into the world.
And that's what I'm so excited about, because I know that there are so many young girls, women watching right now who have a book inside them that they need to birth. Like, God needs to push that book out of you. And I understand that a lot of times your circumstances, your trials, right, your testimony, your pain, a lot of times is what God births that book through. So let's talk about that, because I know that somebody's watching going, I want to write a book about my life, my circumstance, how I got raped, how I was molested, what I had to go through, my rejection, but I don't know how. And Brandy's going to get you on the right track.
That is what I'm going to do.
What?
In less than 2 minutes.
In less than 2 minutes, we're going to go on the right track.
What I understand, and what people have to understand about pain, is that it hurts so bad that it got to get out. If your book ain't hurting bad enough, maybe it's not time for you to write it. Because it's going to hurt so bad that you're going to be picking up the phone like, I got to get this out of me. So if you just pick up the phone and call somebody, that's it. That's the answer to your question. The how is call somebody who knows what they're doing, and they will walk you through the process. But when you're ready to give birth, babies don't wait. They don't wait. I've had a baby.
It's coming.
And it's coming.
It's coming.
No announcements. And I just happened to be born in September, so thank you for having me on during the birthing month. But that birthing month really requires you to be steadfast, unmovable. The pain is going to shake you, but it won't kill you. It might break you, but maybe you need it to be broken in order to produce the thing that God wanted to get out of you. Because whole, he couldn't use you. Fixed up the way you wanted to be fixed up, he couldn't use you. So he had to break you down. But he didn't break you, I believe Tasha Cobb said, to hurt you. He broke you so he could gracefully redeem you. And so through all of the tragedy and the trials,
Right.
Literally, my father committed suicide when I was 12. I was raped when I was 16. I was molested again when I was 17. I was ganged on a beach by 10 men when I was 21. I had a baby at 19, and here I am today. So you announced the good part, and I told you I'll tell you in less than 2 minutes.
Yes.
If it's in you, it's coming out. I couldn't be who I am today unless I got out dealing with the hand I was dealt.
Oh, my.
I had to go deal with the hand I was dealt first.
Yes.
And then I could become all the things that were already locked inside of me, because it says, I will open you up the windows of heaven. That's not out there. I'm the window. It says, I will open you up the window of heaven. I'm the window. I have the blessings. And in order to be opened up, I have to be receptive enough to God to say, okay, here I am. Here I am.
Wow.
I was in a domestic violence shelter, and I said, God, here I am. I know I don't look like what I've been through.
Wait a minute.
Lord,
wait, right there.
That's just my life story.
Tell somebody that you don't look like what you've been through. So what you're saying is, listen, in spite of the rape, in spite of the death of your father at a very young age at 12, in spite of being ganged, in spite of molestation, in spite of losses, in spite of all these humble sandwiches, God taught you that your pain had a purpose.
Absolutely. And then it also taught me that I wasn't counted out because of the pain. Because what happens is, oh, you've been through that. Oh, God don't want to use you no more. Oh, you've been through that. God don't want you. And especially no man don't want you. I mean, who would want you after you've been through all of that? And so we go through this life. Somebody, will you please love me?
Yes.
Will you love me? Will anybody? And then we lay down with anybody, and we get up with everything.
Compromise.
That's a whole nother show.
Settling.
So,
that's a whole.
Another show.
That's a whole nother set. We're gonna do that too. It's a whole nother segment called Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh, my Lord.
Bye.
So when God laid me down, and He knocked me down. Did I tell you I was in a domestic violence shelter? Right, knocked me down. Jesus. When He promised me that I would get up.
Wow.
He promised me. He said, you're going to get up. It's going to hurt while you're down there.
Right.
Kicking and screaming, crying in the floor.
Right.
But when you get up, you'll be made as pure gold.
Yes.
And you'll go around the world telling your story.
Yes.
I'm in a domestic violence shelter hearing Him say this.
Wow.
You're going to go around the world telling your story of how I redeemed you. And that is what I'm doing today. And this is less than 10 years ago. This was only 8 years ago.
Wow.
I wrote the book 5 years ago.
But He got up so we could get up.
Again.
He got up so we could get up. Because He has resurrecting power.
Absolutely.
We have resurrecting power. So we're able to get up because He did. We have the same power within us, the same authority within us. Listen, that so excites me because God allowed you to walk that process out. He gave your pain a purpose. And now you're able to show other women how to overcome what you had to endure and overcome through God.
Absolutely. And it didn't stop just because I dealt with that pain.
Wow.
Because you get more. When you find out your purpose, it's almost like, oh, do you really think you know who you are?
Woo!
When the saints start leaving you.
Oh my.
When your best friends and your boyfriends and your husband, you thought I was going to say your husband. But, all the people start leaving because you're so fervent about your purpose.
Yes.
That hurt.
Yes.
That will hurt you.
Yes.
But when you remember, that still doesn't discount me.
That still
just
does not
they left
discount
me, it does not. I am not discounted. As a matter of fact, I'm top shelf.
Right.
And as long as you keep yourself on that top shelf, stop taking yourself off the top shelf.
That's right.
Putting yourself in clearance, hoping somebody come by.
Right.
Come by me.
Right.
Come take me home with you. I just need to go home with somebody. That's all that rejection coming out.
Yeah.
And once you realize your value, realize it and require it.
Right. Right. Because you teach people how to treat you. And one thing that God was saying to me, He said, Shauna, don't just know your worth, know what you weigh in the spirit.
Yeah.
Know the cost of your oil.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to know the both. And when you know that, when you know your worth and your weight, you'll stop giving people discounts.
Absolutely.
You'll stay on what you said, the top shelf.
Yeah, top shelf.
I love it. So tell people how, because I know women are watching, even little girls, and I just believe I'm like you. I believe that every person should write a book.
Absolutely.
I don't care if it's a devotional. I don't care if it's, listen, one day God said, take all the motivational messages off of your Facebook page and make that a motivational book. Like, why not? So tell them how you can help them get on the right, W-R-I-T-E, track about writing a book.
Well, first, I'll give you a tip.
Yes.
One tip, which is write an outline. Just write what you're thinking. Get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper.
Yes.
Write the vision, make it plain so that he who reads it can run with it. You're the first person that's going to read it.
That's it.
So I'm going to read this, then I'm going to go to Shauna and say, hey, I got this vision, and then we can help you run with it. So that's your first tip. Second, email me.
Yeah.
Publish, Publishu, the letter U, 00@gmail.com. I give free consultations. There is no excuse. I give free consultations.
She said free 99.
I'll help you get on the right track for free.
Free 99. That's free 99. You're going to give a free 99. Wow.
But don't be afraid to make the first step, because jumping is fearful. Fearless is really not a real thing. It's still being there. But what I decided to tell fear is we're going to go along this journey together.
Jump scared.
And at some point, you get off the boat, because I'm going on to see what God got for me. And literally, so do it afraid. Jump afraid.
Jump scared.
Jump scared.
All the time. Jump scared. Listen, if that has resonated with you, if you know that you've had challenges, you've had trials, you've had deep hurt, you've had betrayal, you've been raped, you've been molested, you've been went through domestic violence relationships. Listen, you've gone through divorce, breakups, people walking away, whatever your situation is, and you're like, God, I'm trying to get over this pain. I'm trying to get over this hump so I can produce what you put on the inside of me, but I don't know you. Or I got off the right track and on the wrong track, but you can always hit the reset button and get back on the right track. The track of salvation, the track where you already have forgiveness, right? The track where the blood already covers you, already provides for you, right? Has already sustained you. I need you to just right there, just surrender your heart and your mind to God. Surrender your spirit and your soul to God. Surrender that pain. Surrender that to God. Surrender all your trials, your challenges, what you have been through. Surrender those storms to God and let him do an inside job, right? Let him do the inside job that's going to allow him to catapult you into this bigger. Listen, thank you, Brandy, so much. You are such a blessing, such a jewel. I really pray that you guys reach out to her and get on the right track with her. Write that book, write that devotional, write that prayer journal. Do what God has told you to do and put on the inside of you. Listen, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a good time.
We did. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. It was an honor. Make sure you guys join us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Evolve with Shauna Marie on Dominion TV. And make sure you shine, shine, sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure you tune into Dominion TV every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Download the app. You can get it on Roku and Apple, and get ready for an awesome kingdom time. We're empowering young women and women to be the best that God has purposed them to be.